pro. Welcome back to Positive Talk Radio. Our goal is simple: to explore evolving ideas one conversation at a time. So come on over into our world. I know you'll like it, because on today's show, theoretically and hopefully the creek don't rise, we've got a wonderful guest for you today. But first, I got to talk to our engineer who knows everything and see how we're doing. Eric, how are we doing with our connection there?
Hey, you and I are connected and sounding great. I hope.
Yes. I hope so too.
Our guest is still getting situated, but we've got our fingers crossed that the cellular gods are going to smile on us and make it nice and smooth for the show.
That is one of the things. Well, in the meantime, why don't we go over the what Positive Talk is doing on Kixie, and that we are also doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on KKNW. And we are gifted to be able to be on all those. And Eric is the program director, and I want to thank you for that, sir.
We're so happy to have you on the air, of course. And yeah, we're loving it.
Well, and what we've been doing on Kixie is we've been trying to bring some really cool and, if possible, local guests, so that people can look at both our website and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, as well as Kixie's streams and what you guys do. And it really is pretty dramatic how widespread that we have gotten.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're all over the internet, Facebook and YouTube and Kixie.com and KKNW's YouTube channel, and of course all the Positive Talk radio channels. So lots of places for people to catch the show, and of course live on the air every Friday at 3 on 880 AM. So
exactly.
I know we've got a fantastic guest today. Anybody special lined up here in the next few days you want to give a plug to, so people can be sure and subscribe to the podcast so they don't miss it?
Yeah, next week on Friday at 3, and Brittany is part of a local band, who is a local band with a national.
And Brittany is today's guest.
Brittany Smith is today's guest. She is the owner of Pipsqueak Piano Company, and wonderful. She works with kids to teach them piano. And I was really excited about having her here because she is she works with 6-year-old kids, which is a niche that not a lot of piano teachers are willing to undertake, because that's true. 6-year-olds are a little tough. But I got to tell you, I don't know that I've mentioned this, Eric, but my granddaughter, who is in England, and she's been diagnosed as being on the spectrum.
Mm.
And what they found is, and she's 5, what they found is they bought her a little piano that she could, and if you go to pipsqueakpiano.com or pipsqueakpianocompany.com, they've got a whole page of itty bitty teeny weeny pianos where a 5-year-old kid can actually put her feet on the ground and be able to play. But what
kind of like Schroeder from the Peanuts. That's awesome.
That's exactly so. And what's really cool is that she's had troubles being calm and stuff like that, but she's learning how to play, and she just loves to sit there and play little tunes on the piano. It really is fun to watch her do it.
Beautiful. Well, I think our guest is ready to go. So if you want to go ahead and introduce her, we'll bring her in.
Brittany Smith is the owner and operator of Pipsqueak Piano Company. And there she is, that smiling face of yours. And she is. It's
nice to see you.
It's nice to see you as well. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How's the signal now? Am I coming through loud and clear for you?
Oh, you're so much better than you were.
Oh, good. That's so good to hear. Well, thank you so much for that very sweet introduction. I was able to catch that, and I thought, well, that's just really nice, Kevin. And it's just been such an honor to get to know you and to meet your whole team and everybody as well here at Positive Talk Radio. So very cool. Thanks
Well,
for having me.
oh, you're more than welcome. And we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we
I want
do.
to I want to start with and Eric mentioned it because next Friday you are in a local rock band that has a national presence, and you've had songs that have been downloaded upwards of 2 million times.
Crazy.
And the name of the group, and they're going to be actually in studio. We're going to bother Eric to go in studio with the lead singer and with Brittany and with the manager of the group, and we're going to play a little bit of music, and we're going to talk about what they do and all of that. And the name of the group, if you want to look it up, is, and I got to ask you about the name, Limber Lost. Does that mean that you're not as young as you used to be, and that you're not as limber as you once were?
You know, to each their own. It's one of those mirrors that sort of reflects your own, what you think that may be. I'm kidding there, Kevin. It actually came. I do like that though. That's one I've never heard, and I'm gonna use that one again. Thank you very much.
Well, when I think about the name of the group, I'm thinking about a 6-year-old sitting at the piano and limber enough that she can touch her nose with her toes, and that's them's days is long in the rearview mirror for me.
Yep. Yep. Well, me too. Me too. But it is kind of a fun thing to have that dichotomy where on one side I'm helping kids explore and learn and love music, and then I get to go also have really awesome rock shows and be a rock singer on stage and perform for those venues. So it's really, really cool. And my band Limber Lost, definitely got to check them out. Limber Lost. We'll talk more about them, especially next week. But we're a definitely family friendly band. We like to bring that presence. So it kind of works actually to have me right there in the middle.
And it does. Now, first of all, though, we have to talk about your company, which we all around here we all love the name Pipsqueak Piano Company.
Yes, thank you very much.
And why did you choose to focus on 6-year-olds and below?
Yeah, well, that started when I had my own son, actually. And after the birth of my own son, I signed him up for preschool. And the administration of that preschool approached me. They knew I was a musician. I did music lessons, and they said, "Hey, would you coordinate music here?" And my first thought was piano. I had some 3-year-old piano students before. I'd been familiar with this age group. But when I went at that time, when I said yes, and I started to create a program, I went looking for materials, and
what she was about to say before we were so rudely interrupted is that, and that's, by the way, modern technology. Sometimes it just doesn't work as well as we'd like. But she couldn't find anything as far as teaching materials for kids that are 6 years old or less, because what she found, and in the discussions that we've had, most piano teachers would prefer to take kids that are like 7 or 8 or 9 years and up. And we'll ask her about that when she comes back from wherever she went. And because it's really an interesting age group to work with when you're 6 years old. And I'm guessing, I don't know. This is me just sitting here on the fly because she disappeared somewhere, and we're going to try and get her back. And again, her name is Brittany Smith. And if you go to pipsqueakpianocompany.com, you can find out all the information you want to about her work and the kids that she works on. We're also going to be talking about her. She this summer is doing a summer camp, in conjunction with the daycare center, and it is designed. It's going to be on Saturdays and Sundays, and it's designed each weekend. You can sign up. Go to our website, and you can sign up for all the days of the camp, or you can sign up for an individual day. And what's cool about that is they're going to be doing different things each time, each weekend. They're going to be doing different. I think they've got a space one. I know they're going to have a rock band one, because that's what she's going to do. And there's a bunch of other ones that she's got that are going to be that she's going to feature on there, that as soon as she comes so this is a little uncomfortable, tap dancing in all by myself, but it's one of one of those things. And I'll tell you what, though. Why don't we see if I can convince Eric to go ahead and go to commercial break real quick, and maybe by the time I come back, we'll have her back with us. You're listening to Positive Talk Radio on KIXI. Thank you for being here. Eric, can we go to commercial? Hey, PTR loyal listener. First, thanks for being in my dream. And second, I have a new concept in business to share with you. It's called socialpreneurship. So, what's that? Well, it's the idea that any company designates all profits beyond expenses to be awarded to a local or international charity or project which is working to achieve good in the world. KM Media is such a company. We believe that it's important for us to give back whenever possible and to make great things happen. So I hope you'll join us in creating this new business model that will positively impact all of us. In the next few weeks, we will lay out the plan and begin our fundraising efforts. So stay tuned for more details right here on Positive Talk Radio.
When you want to say more than words communicate, you can with flowers. Your custom boutique floral studio in Bothell, Washington is anaturaldesign.com, connecting you to nature through the language of flowers. Where your people are is where our flowers are beautiful. Your success is our goal. anaturaldesign.com at your fingertips today.
Hey, thanks for listening to Positive Talk Radio. Did you know that we're also a media production company? Well, surprise, we are. We can create all kinds of audio, video products to fill any need. Please visit kmmedia.pro/our-store for a complete list of products and services. In addition, do you need a great voice to add to your own website or any other project? I know that we can add depth and quality to your work. I've been told more times than I can count by many professionals in the business that my voice adds to the quality of the presentation. So, let me create something for you. Please contact me at kevin@kmmedia.pro and let's create something great. And welcome back to Positive Talk Radio. My name is Kevin McDonald, and it's Friday afternoon, and I hope everybody is well. I guess maybe what I should do is take a couple of minutes while we're waiting to see if Brittany's connection can be repaired, and let you know, because I have not been on KIXI before. I've been on KKNW, and I started on KKNW with Positive Talk Radio way back in 2003. And some people may remember, and as a matter of fact, I know people that do remember when we aired that show in its entirety. It was on KKNW in the afternoon, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. And we really had a good time. We did it for almost a year. And then I had to leave to go do some other stuff. And but over time, I was able to come back and go back to KKNW. And we're doing KIXI. Now we're doing podcasts and video and audio casts, and we're doing all of that with a bunch of different people that I think that you would enjoy going to and watching and or listening to. Positive Talk Radio has now got on positivetalkradio.net has well over 500. Did I say 500? Yes, I said 500 episodes. And each episode is working with somebody or an idea or a person that is designed to really uplift humanity, to take us to a different place than we've ever been before. And I really feel called in my work to be able to do something positive for people all over. As a matter of fact, if you remember, hopefully it won't get interrupted, but if you remember Positive Talk from 2003, I would love for you to give us a call and let us and we can talk about it a little bit, and you can welcome us on to Kixie and stuff like that. So, Eric, I wasn't prepared to have the number. Do you have the number readily available for people who want to call in? Hopefully he's still in the studio. Well, that happens. That's life. So, but in any event, so Positive Talk Radio, we now are doing the show 5 or 7 or 8 times a week. Oh, Eric has returned. Have we had any luck with our misses there?
Unfortunately, Brittany has not rejoined us. But if she's listening, she can dial in at 866-880-5494. That's 866-880-KIXI.
And I would be thrilled if somebody wanted to call in just to say hello and welcome back to, I've been on KKNW for, Eric, it's been over a year now, I think, year and a half, something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And we do all the shows live, and we have some really cool guests. And as a matter of fact, we had somebody earlier today there's a coach for kids that are going to college, and they're athletes, and how to deal with that and what's going on there. So we do a lot of these things, and we really enjoy it. And I do have to say, just because you're sitting there looking at me, that KKNW and now Kixie have been wonderful hosts for us, and they're helping us do what we can to get a positive message out to the world. And I want to thank Eric for that. He's been doing this. He's been around for as long as I have, because when I started in 2003, you were already there, Eric.
That's true. Yeah, I've been with the KKNW KIXI family here for over 20 years.
Has it been a lot longer than 20 years? Or were you new when I was
23 years to be exact?
Wow. So it is. And that tells you a lot about the company that you work for and the job that you do. And you're doing so much more now than when you first started. And now you've got 2 different stations that you're programming for, and a lot of really cool things.
Well, Hubbard Radio, that owns the company here, just celebrated their 100th anniversary. So we've been going for a long time.
Yes, indeed. And I think, could you give me the number again real quick?
You bet. It's 866-880-5494.
866-880
5494.
5494. Well, we are going to be sending that to, if somebody calls in and her name happens to be Brittany, that would be a good thing.
Well, speaking of Brittany, you mentioned her band Limber Lost. Wouldn't it be appropriate if we gave people a taste of their music?
Oh, please. At this point, please.
What, a fantastic song, Black Velvet, Alana Miles did several years back. That was a massive hit. Well, I'm just finding out Limber Lost did a cover of it. So I thought it'd be cool to hear a little bit of that.
I think it would be. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that particular song had 2 million plays on Spotify.
Wow. Well, here we go. Let's hear some.
Mississippi in the middle of a dry
like a heat wave. One lightning is bound to drive you wild.
All right. And just fading that out because we've got Brittany on the line right now. So
the real one.
Yeah, she is called into the show. So let's go ahead and bring her on.
Well, hello, Brittany. Welcome back.
And she is not responding here, so I'm wondering if she's not hearing us. Let me see if we can fix that.
I got to tell you, have you ever had one of those days on a Friday when it's a beautiful day outside and everything should be going absolutely according to plan, and somehow, some way, things just don't necessarily seem to turn out that way, and they change and stuff. So but it's fun. This is very educational for me on what I should be doing. But again, like I said, we are just coming back to KIXI. Limberlost is going to be the band that we're going to feature next week, and we also are going to be featuring fashion designers and other musicians, and lots of different artists that we think that the audience will like, and we're trying to come up with and make sure that a lot of them are local, and so that you can actually reach out and touch these people, which would be really extraordinary. And so that's what our format for Kixie is going to be, very similar to. And Eric has returned.
Yeah, and I apologize, but we seem to have lost
Happy
the connection again with Brittany. So hopefully she can call right back in. So
well, those things happen. It doesn't happen often, thank you very much. But if you remember Positive Talk from 2003, which is granted a long time ago, but I would love to talk to you, and you can tell our audience that we're pretty good. We don't suck much, except when we can't show up and stuff. So that would be just awesome. So
well, would you like to hear some more Limberlost?
yes, I would. As a matter of fact, they've got a bunch of songs.
Absolutely. And if you go on YouTube, you can go to Limberlost Music and you can see all of their videos, and they've got a new track called In the Garden. So why don't we play a little bit of that?
Yeah, let's do that. And by the way, they are local. They're out of Redmond, so they play around the town and stuff. So you can go see these guys live.
Fantastic. Let's hear a little.
Yes.
And Brittany, before we go back on, were you hearing the song? Hello, Brittany. How about now? Can you hear me? Brittany? Hello, hello? Great song, don't you think, Kevin?
Oh, I thought it was wonderful. Yes. How we doing?
We're doing okay. Having some issues with the phone, apparently. So we're trying to get Brittany back on our StreamYard connection here. And and or reset our phone. But why don't we take a commercial break and then we'll try and work that out.
That would, since I'm darn near running out of things to say, that might not be a bad idea, young man. So,
all right, we'll be right back.
Hey, PTR loyal listener. First, thanks for being in my dream. And second, I have a new concept in business to share with you. It's called socialpreneurship. So, what's that? Well, it's the idea that any company designates all profits, beyond expenses, to be awarded to a local or international charity or project which is working to achieve good in the world. KM Media is such a company. We believe that it's important for us to give back whenever possible and to make great things happen. So I hope you'll join us in creating this new business model that will positively impact all of us. In the next few weeks, we will lay out the plan and begin our fundraising efforts. So stay tuned for more details right here on Positive Talk Radio.
When you want to say more than words communicate, you can with flowers. Your custom boutique floral studio in Bothell, Washington is anaturaldesign.com, connecting you to nature through the language of flowers. Where your people are is where our flowers are beautiful. Your success is our goal. anaturaldesign.com at your fingertips today.
Hey, thanks for listening to Positive Talk Radio. Did you know that we're also a media production company? Well, surprise, we are. We can create all kinds of audio, video products to fill any need. Please visit kmmedia.pro/our-store for a complete list of products and services. In addition, do you need a great voice to add to your own website or any other project? I know that we can add depth and quality to your work. I've been told more times than I can count by many professionals in the business that my voice adds to the quality of the presentation. So, let me create something for you. Please contact me at kevin@kmmedia.pro and let's create something great. Well, and we're back here on Positive Talk Radio. It's Friday afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside. I hope everybody's having a good day. As good a day as I am. This is one of those days where even though it's Positive Talk Radio, you can't guarantee that everything's going to work out just fine. So we're having difficulties with our guest as far as getting the phone line set up. And her name is Brittany Smith, by the way. And she's local. She's out of Redmond. And she's got a company called Pipsqueak Piano, the Pipsqueak Piano Company. You can go to pipsqueakpianocompany.com and you can find out all about her and also the summer camp that she is featuring, because, you know, it's going to happen in July and August. And I can only tell you that when I had kids at home, by the time they got to July and August, they were bored. And it's great for you. It's great for them. If you can take them someplace where they're safe, they're having a good time, they're learning something, and they're going to be doing a lot of different things. So if you go to pipsqueakpianocompany.com, you can find out all about the events that are going to be happening. Each week is going to be something different. They're going to have a magician there. They're going to have all kinds of different activities for the kids, and it's anywhere from 3 to 13. So it can be your children, it can be a child, it can be any combination of which, and they get fed and taken care of just perfectly well. So, and they do a really nice job. So if you want to look at that, it's Pipsqueak Piano Company.com. And we've been attempting to this is one of those deals where you don't know why the phone lines don't necessarily work, but this is the first time that we've really had this kind of an issue with not being able to talk to somebody. So if you want to give me a call, you can give me a call at the Kixie number, and you can kind of, we'll talk a little bit about it. What interests you? Are you happy that the debt ceiling got lifted? I don't know at this point because as it appears, like normal, I was not prepared to come on the show to talk to myself. Again, Positive Talk Radio goes back all the way to 2003, and Eric is Eric.
Kevin, do you want to take a music break here, and then we'll get our phone line sorted out, and then get Brittany back on?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you give me a moment, there is a song and a video that we've created at Positive Talk Radio at KM Media that I would love to upload and present it to our audience. So
okay, why don't you do that, and why don't you send that to me? In the meantime, we can play some of that fantastic Kixie music. I've got Midnight in Moscow by Kenny Ball and his Jasmine ready to go here.
Let's play that, for heaven's sakes.
Awesome. Let's do it.
AM 880 KIXI, Mercer Island, Seattle, Tacoma, and on KRWM-FM 106.9 Digital HD Channel 3 Bremerton, and live online at KIXI.com. As cool now as it was then. Get the new Kixie app in the iTunes App Store for Apple and in the Google Play Store for Android. It's free, and you'll be able to listen to Kixie anywhere.
All right, and we are back with Positive Talk Radio and Kevin McDonald, and we do have Brittany on the line now, Kevin.
Hey, Brittany. How the heck you been? Oh, no.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you sound so forlorn. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just, a little bummed at the network issues, but it's all right. All good. I'm so glad to be here for however long I can. Can y'all hear me?
And thank you for being on the show. And by the way, we'll have to leave now. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. We're good. Well,
Good.
I don't make it a practice of talking to myself, which is why I don't really hardly ever do that. And I've discovered it's really hard to talk to yourself and say anything meaningful after a while. Are you there?
I am. Well, I don't know. I find that sometimes I get some of the ideas that I was flowing out in the space when I talk to myself. Sometimes songs come out of me just humming or singing and lying to myself. You never know what can happen in that space. But
that's very
I'm sure when you expected someone to be on the other side, it's a little jarring. So I apologize for that.
No, that's okay. And because we're good, and we've got enough time left that I want to make sure, because of the summer camp that you have going on, I want you to really talk about it. And I tried my best to fill everybody in, but talk about it in when it starts and the kind of events you're going to have and who can go and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I'll start just with a little bit. They started as music summer camps because, as we mentioned it a little bit earlier, my business, Pipsqueak Piano. But as I started to put them together, I thought, well, why even stick to music? So we ended up going with all of the STEAM themes. And so STEAM is the new nomenclature, I guess, for STEM. So some people might recognize that term STEM, which stood for science, technology, engineering, and math. And I'm such a proponent that now we've added A for arts so that it is STEAM. So we have 18 different camp days. That's every single Saturday and Sunday, July through August. And every single day is a different theme. So we have art and dance, music, science, robotics, wildlife, magic, ocean, theater. I can go on. There's 18 of them. So you have to check it out to see all of them. But for every single day, we have special guest educators from all over the local area, including local musicians such as myself. There'll be there's a mermaid, there's a local magician, Taylor Kyle, who's really great. There's going to be special guests from the King County Master Gardeners Society. There will be Seattle Astronomical Society will be coming, Woodland Park Zoo Animal Ambassadors, Kids Quest Science and Robotics. So the list goes on, and I'm just so happy to have put it together and coordinated it. And then thank you so much, Positive Talk Radio, for joining as a sponsor to promote this. And these camps are for ages 3 through 13, so that siblings could join and have fun together. We have separated rooms, so kids are in their own age group. We have lunch served on Saturdays and snacks served on Sundays. And the best part that in my opinion, I think about our camps is that, other than the special guests coming in, but for parents, you can pick and choose any days that you want. So you don't have to sign up for all 18. You can sign up for any of them. And then the more you do sign up for, the more you save. So there's discounts on your second, third, and fourth camp, and then 5 or more is another discount. And then if you sign up for more, 10 or more, you get 20% off. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. But then for listeners of this show, we're running a special campaign because of our connection and our sponsorship. So if you're listening to this right now and you want to use these summer camps, go ahead and write down the code PT Radio, like Positive Talk Radio, PT Radio. That's all caps. And when you go to your checkout, you'll get 20% off your total for however many camps you choose.
I think that's awesome. And it's
Yeah,
you know,
thank you.
like I was saying when a few minutes ago, by the time July and August gets here, kids are bored. They need stuff to do. And if you can go to a camp where they can learn something and they can find something that doesn't exist anywhere else, that's really cool. Congratulations. I'm glad you're doing this.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, a lot of the times I think of my own son and what will inspire him or be delightful for him, or what could be an experience that I would like him to have. And sometimes you find that you have to create those experiences. Otherwise they don't happen. So I'm happy to put this out there. I really hope that for some kids who couldn't do some of the, and not to say that a lot of really great summer camps in the area. I just to pause and acknowledge there are really wonderful ones. And some of them usually require about a week or 2 weeks of a commitment. And so if you're not able to give it to some of those camps, but you still want to give a really cool experience to your child or have them walk away with something, and have them walk away with learning something or trying on a new skill, then please check out the STEAM camp. You can find it at www.pipsqueakpiano.com. That's PIPSQUEAK, pipsqueakpiano.com. And if you just scroll down that page a little bit, you'll see the summer camp. You can click there. Everything you'll need to know is on that page. And then a little bonus right there, you'll learn a little bit more about my business and what I do, and my mission to put piano lessons and music inside of early education centers and daycares.
Which is really a neat idea, and it's really needed. By the way, where is the camp is going to be in Redmond? Is that right?
Yes. So Stepping Stones Kids Academy has partnered with us and will be hosting the camp. They are right smack at the end of the 520 if you follow it out of Seattle. Right there's like a Kohl's. They're right across the street. So it's pretty easy for Seattle families too. It's not too far away, and it's right off of that main road that connects us.
Good. So if you are on the east side, or even if you're down in Renton or up in Everett, there's plenty of space and there's plenty of time for you to make reservations to go and have your kids learn something. It's it's summertime. They can go have a good time and learn something at the same time.
It is. I mean, I'll be teaching music day, so I'll be teaching kids how to sing like rock stars, just like I do, which is going to be really exciting and certainly an experience that singers are not going to have anywhere else. So I can guarantee you that. But personally, I'm very excited for Magic Days. I had the wonderful opportunity to ask Taylor Kyle on the phone, this is totally not kosher, but would you be willing to teach magic to the campers? And he was absolutely. So guess what? Our campers actually get to walk away with a magic trick of their own where they get to disappear a quarter. So if you want to learn that, you come to camp.
You get to disappear yourself or a quarter?
A quarter.
I was going to say, because mom and dad may not want them to disappear.
Oh, that's right. That's magic class, like 102 will teach you to disappear family members.
You got a brother or a sister that you just don't like that much. Well, we'll teach you how to get. No, I'm kidding.
Magic camp. Okay, big asterisk right here. No guarantees on this. I watched that Pepsi. That where's my jet Pepsi? No promises. You can disappear families here.
Well, it's probably not a good idea because dinner time is going to come along and you're going to want them back anyway. So,
Of course. That's of course there, right?
Of course. Now we've been talking about
yeah.
And Brittany, by the way, you need to tell the band that because we had some open time, we played a couple of your songs.
I have to say, it was like, well, the connection got in the way, the universe got in the way, but the flip side was my band got to have kind of a little radio hour. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you so much. I really love that. In fact, I'm supposed to be seeing them tonight. We have rehearsals twice a week. We're getting ready for our big shows coming up. We're going to talk all about that next week.
Yes, indeed. Well, and by the way, I would love to take credit for that, but I can't. I have to thank Eric for being light and nimble on his console, and was able to put it together, and so we played a couple of songs, and he even gave the history of one of them, which was what, Black Velvet? Is that one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he talked about that one. And he also played In the Garden. That's the new one, right?
Awesome. Well, we did just release the music video for that one just recently. The song itself was released with our second album. But yeah, we did just drop a music video. It was really great. And that song is really amazing, because when you listen to that song, there's something to know about it. Most artists go in, they track, right? So the drummer lays his part, the bass player lays his part, and then we go play live, and that's our test, right? We got to be able to play live and play those songs. That song, In the Garden, excuse the sounds around here, that song, we did that as a demo. We just were at the studio tracking other songs, and we went, hey, let's play this new song we're doing. Yeah, everyone was in the studio. You had all three of our instruments. We played that like it was a live show. What you're hearing there are those instrumentalists really jamming and playing with each other. And when our sound engineer sat and listened to it, he pulled our manager in and went, man, you couldn't make this, right? Like, this is the magic here. We just got to put vocals on it, and it's done. So what you're listening to is really a live recording, and it was the very first time we even went in the studio to do it. One take. And
in nowadays, a song can take weeks to get done. And it goes all the way back to the 60s when they actually played a song live.
You know, we kind of, when we put that song out there and we made it live, we hearkened to that era, because that's exactly what we thought. So we listened to some songs of that era to get a vibe and a feel, and we put it out there. And in our music video too, we chose some sepia tones. We wanted to give a feel and hearken to exactly that, you know, honoring the musicians that really had to be all on 100% all the time, because there wasn't editing.
Exactly.
Right.
And by the way, even though we had troubles with technology, you've been a delightful guest, and I'm glad that we're working together. Brittany Smith of Pipsqueak Piano Company. Go to pipsqueakpianocompany.com, and she's going to be back next week with the band, which is, real quick again, Limberlost, like I've lost my limber. Something like that. Anyway.
And if you're like, wait, what was the name of that band? I forget. I've lost. Oh, Limberlost.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for being here. We got to go, and thank you for Eric for being light on your feet. And by the way, everybody, be kind to one another, because each other's all we've got. We'll see you Monday.